Okay, let's finish up this RH group, and then we're going to do lab 26, I think. Okay, so the RH group, when we look at the RH group, and for the most part, these agglutinins, this anti-D, the ones that would be present, usually under normal conditions, they're not. The way that an individual, for the most, because negatives I think more prevalent than positive. The way that the negative individual is going to develop that positive, they have to be exposed to the positive blood. For example, if a female is negative, but she gets pregnant, and say the dad was positive, and therefore the fetus is going to be positive, basically what will happen is that will cross into the mother's blood, the positive will. Now, the first baby, the first time that they're pregnant, there's not a problem. The baby will be positive, mother will be negative. However, she has now been exposed to the positive, and her body is going to develop antibodies. So if she gets pregnant again, it's the second pregnancy and future pregnancies that become a problem. Because if she has developed antibodies and she gets pregnant again and it's positive and the antibodies are against positive, what is it going to want to do? Attack it. So what happens is women who have this occur, they'll be given a shot called Rogam. And after they find out what has taken place after the first pregnancy, they usually administer the shot then. And then if she gets pregnant again, they'll administer the shot, I think, at like 28 weeks of pregnancy, because it decreases the chance of the mother aborting the fetus. So this negative positive, when that happens, if the Rogam has not been given, if the child survives, if it is born, usually has hemolytic disease of the newborn. Hemolytic. Lytic, lice, split apart the heme on the hemoglobin. Therefore, what will happen, that child, when the blood mixes with the mother is going to produce those antibodies against the positive. Those cross the placenta. And because they cross the placenta, that is where we're going to see it attack the offspring. The attack comes by way of agglutination, the clumping of those red blood cells. That first pregnancy, not the problem. It's the succeeding pregnancies that can be an issue. So if it's determined, if they're given the Rogam, if they get the Rogam, the second fetus can still be positive, but it's going to be okay, because we're not going to have the mother's blood try to attack that offspring. So it basically desensitizes the mother to the child being, or the child's blood being, this foreign object in her body. So that makes it one of the reasons that when we look at crossing and typing blood, that it's rather important, because this now means we can't just simply say A, B, O. we now have to look at it and say A negative, A positive, B negative, B positive, so forth. So this is where we have gotten very far advanced. Actually, we've gotten way more advanced than that with collecting of blood and separate. Okay, so it's very important. And if you can, yeah, try to give blood. So we'll pick up at this point on Tuesday.